Barbers, what's going on? I hope you made a lot of money over the weekend. Are weekends your best days for making bank? Let me know in the comments. And do you work Sundays? Let me know, I'm curious to find out. Who works hard and who just scrapes by? I wanted to focus on something a lot of you have been asking about, and that's blades. You all might have heard about a certain collaboration going on between TPOB and Morona. But what really has me puzzled is barbers who use the Andes Masters seem to be in some sort of denial relationship. It's like that girl that keeps beating her man, but he just can't let go. I feel Masters users are the same, especially barbers who use the corded ones. Actually, all barbers who won't let go of corded clippers are holding on to something else. It's like they are afraid to move on. Do you still use corded clippers? Do you still use the Masters? And if you do, you must have one huge bicep because that thing is ridiculous. But let's talk blades. Let's talk about the collaboration and what's next to come with TPOB. Only on Barber News.
Oh, crying. I'm really just a dickhead. Don't act like you don't know me. This camp deserve a trophy. Baby, they know me straight. Do the most crying in history. Power potent, go show up. This camera clippers blow up. It's bossy, oh crying. 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 Bossy, oh crying.
This video is to show you how well the TPOB chunk blade cuts on the move. It is gapped. I'm using the same cutting blade that it comes with. It opens up a little more wider than a one blade. It's equivalent to the Andes Master taper blade.
Now straight away, I have never seen someone make a blade look so smooth like that. This man knows how to cut hair. And for some of you who don't know, that's the chunk blade he is using. It looks insanely sharp.
Extremely precise, as sharp as 24 teeth. I used to use the Andes a lot, but I've replaced it with this particular tool and blade because of how well it performs. And these are the end results with using one blade, removing one line with one tool.
I mean, that really didn't even look real how he done that. Have you ever tried that technique he just done? I have been cutting hair for 12 years, and I have never even seen anyone do this. Drop a comment if you have the chunk blade. Let me know your thoughts on it.
So this is my baseline I'm putting in first. My baseline. Now I'm getting ready to open to the second click and put my designated line in. Put my designated line in on my second click, and it's the reason why I use the second click instead of the whole arm. So I put my designated line in with my second click because you want a more smokier blend toward the bottom of this fade. All right, if I open it up to this click, I gotta have too much range in there where I'm able to fade at. So I'm using the second click to put my designated line in.
Okay, so Morona has my attention and my respect just for doing that cool spin trick at the start. But now things will get interesting. I have a feeling the comments will go crazy when you all figure out what's going on. It's best not to talk about good things and just show you the good things and let you decide for yourself. Let's get into this.
What I'm going to do is go ahead and talk you all through this particular client the whole way through. I'm using the Morona blade, and before I start anything, I'm going to land against the grain. His head moves in this direction. So when I land the tool, you're not going to see the move go this way. But on contact, it's actually moving up against the grain. That allows me to get a more cleaner stroke in this particular area. The hair lays a lot more stronger. The line looks a lot more stronger. So I'm not doing a square land. I'm landing against the grain. So as soon as I make contact, the machine is moving like this, but it's a move that you can't see. It's called landing against the grain. So pay close attention throughout this particular client. I'm going to break down the whole process of the way I think throughout this haircut.
Landing against the grain. I would feel if I said I don't need to know anything anymore with barbering, that would be my biggest mistake. Everyone will take something from this video and check out that blade. That thing is hitting hard.
Pay very close attention also to the client's texture. It's a client with very low density hair, and you know, like I know, if you're dealing with a client that has low density hair, it's very hard to make a line. So I'm landing against the grain with the Morona blade. The blade will be coming soon, right around a month, but pay close attention. I'm going to kind of give you the idea of the way I think throughout a haircut. Okay, we're on the back of the neck with the Morona blade. I like to use the swan comb because it pulls the hair into its natural fall. So I'm getting ready to land against the grain. On contact, the machine is moving like this at a slash stroke, but you can't see it, but it's called landing against the grain. He has very low density, And one of the benefits of the Morona blade is extremely quiet. I've done this blade a whole lot better than I did any blade that I ever done in the industry due to a lot of issues that the other blades have had. But as time went on, I found out more issues that were going on with the blade, and I corrected those issues. But I'm landing against the grain to allow that blade to land on the skin and allow that line to be a whole lot sharper. I'm gonna pull the ear down and I'm gonna slide the corner of the blade around the ear in one pass. Slide around in one pass. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the not.
If you're barbering a long time, you will understand how hard that blade just cut. Weak density hair can be so annoying to cut, and sometimes you have to go at it hard. But that blade just cut it like butter. That was impressive. I am enjoying this video and how he cuts hair, so I'm going to keep it rolling and see what else he does.
Beard shampoo, that was a mistake. I'm getting ready to do the dry shampoo. And the reason I'm doing a dry shampoo is because I've already communicated to this particular client that he wouldn't be able to get the best results possible due to his low head density and what I would say cleaning up surface tension on his skin. So what I want to do is I'm going to use the dry shampoo and agitate it only around his hairline. And he's already agreed to this particular service because he wants the best results possible. I already let him know that he wouldn't be able to get the best results based off the condition of his skin and the condition of his head. So the direction he wants to go in is making sure that he gets the best results possible. So I'm going to do a dry shampoo, and I'm only doing the dry shampoo right on the edge. So I'm removing a lot of surface tension. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and relax the client. I'm going to use my headrest. Always make sure you use your headrest.
Might I just add, we see Chris Bossio giving out tips and he will charge you for it, and it's probably useless and won't ever make you a penny, but something this simple can make you an extra $10 per client. And if you add that up, that's going to be an extra few thousand a year. I want my viewers to have the best products and make as much money as possible, and never in a million years charge someone to just give this information out.
To relieve the tension throughout their client's day. And I got a towel that I'm using. I always focus on paying attention to laundry. I don't want big towels because I don't want a lot of laundry, and I want to use pressure to remove this product off his forehead. All right, 1, 2, product is completely removed, and that removed the surface tension that fast. This is an extra $25 service, especially if you know how to sell it and communicate it the right way. But that video will be coming soon. I'm going to use a Dyson dryer. The reason I like to use this dryer is because if you have to do what another barber does, you make sure you don't want to do it the same way he does. If you have to do what another barber does, do it a different way. It doesn't take nothing but a second to dry that area because I want to make sure I remove all the surface tension, make sure I give him the best line possible. All right, the next thing I'm going to do with the Morona blade.
He just said $25 if you know how to sell it. That's big money if you have clients paying this for extra services. Do you do anything like this at your barbershop? Let me know in the comments. I wanted to show you the new blade that is on display, but we have also just entered a barbering lesson without knowing it. I'm liking this. Please don't be a know-it-all barber, or if you do want to give your opinion on this service, please do. I want your opinions.
I actually changed I actually changed my comb. So I switched it to a rhino. I switched to the swan comb. And the reason I switched to the swan comb is because it has more bristles like a brush. I'm working in a more particular area. The teeth are smaller, so I want to focus on designating more smaller areas, pulling it to the line. I got a video I'll be doing shortly where I'm showing you how to outline front of the hairline, but I'm toggling both ways. I'm not going to show you the complete video, but one of the things that's important is using a smaller comb when you're in a smaller area with smaller teeth because you're dealing with smaller situations.
So what he said about a small comb for smaller areas doing hairlines, I can see how that can help. But check out this next bit. This really shows you how hard this thing hits. Do I ever lie? Hold up.
Man, I actually think I really did it this time, especially with this particular blade, because it's like you really don't even hit this machine. You don't hit this blade at all. And it's like you almost have to really never, do anything and stay in that area long because it's almost like touch and go. You don't have to do a whole lot of work to get that line at all. it's really touch and go, but I think I really outdid myself, especially when I did this outliner blade. If you know me and you've been following me for a long enough time, you've seen what I've done with the outliner blades in the industry, but this is typically came to the final result. The same client, we're low density, and I want to make sure I want to get that line in there, but I don't want to put a hard line. I just want to put a reference point in there, and typically so I know what direction I'm going in. I'm not putting anything hard in there, but I'm only giving myself a reference point. And I typically wouldn't do enhancement unless this client asks for enhancement, because that's typically not my style of operating. I can cut raw, but what I want to do is go ahead and put the impression of that area in there. But you see how I'm moving this outline and touching it with this Morona blade? It's putting the line in almost effortlessly. I'm not spending a whole lot of time in one area at all. The blade is not hot, but it's a tremendous look for the client. And I did that pretty much effortlessly in a low densely hair populated area. One of the reasons why I like showing you.
I feel this is just real barbering. No bullshit. A man who loves his craft and who is passionate about his blades. Let me know what you think about this blade so far. We all know this type of hair. He could have picked an easy one to line. I feel this hair type will really show how good that blade is. Drop your thoughts.
Is because he would not be able to achieve this type of line on his particular type of head density in order that he gets that strongest line, because the average barber does not operate with the more optimal tools or equipment. So right now, like I said, again, like I did on the other side, I'm putting a designated area in there. I'm not putting anything strong, just so I can see what my reference area is, a reference point. All right. And he got a low density head. One of the reasons why I like showing you low density is because I like showing you difficulties. I don't want to always show you the head is strong, because if I can operate in weak areas, it's extremely easy to operate in strong areas. That's typically all I'm gonna do, unless I sold him an enhancement. But this particular client is not into any of the above, because his hairline is gonna last a lot longer. It's gonna look.
As soon as I had an opportunity to show you this blade in action, I wanted to grab what I could. I feel there will be loads more content about that blade before it drops. Any questions about it? Ask me. This is why I am here. Maybe I will get Morona on and we can gather some questions for him. Okay, barbers, that's it from me. Join me tomorrow. I have a crazy announcement to make. Some of you are not going to be happy with it. Can you guess what it is going to be? I think some of you will be really happy. Now that's something you can think about. Until tomorrow, barbers, please hit the subscribe and like my video, and please leave a comment. I'm out. Peace.